Take one. Joao Balzani, good
Yes.
morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Friday's interview, but the French version is l'interview du vendredi. My first question, I always ask it, is a silly question. Who is Joao Balzani?
Well, I'm someone very passionate about the bar, and about the bar industry, and everything that link the link with that, which is not only the beverage, but also culinary as well.
So when did you decided to become a barman? Because you've seen Tom Cruise in Cocktail or Coyote's Girls?
As well, I'll say that. Well, actually, I started as a part-time job while I was studying in Italy. And was a love of the first time starting for fun, and then I decided to make a career out of that, start traveling around the world to learn English and get more experience, spend some time in US, Australia, and so on and on.
Was it easy to start? Because when we see films, you work very, very long hours. Sometimes at 3 in the morning you have a last client, but does not want to go at home.
Well, I mean, it look like a funny job. Actually, there is a lot of hard work involved, and also when you're looking at bartender, it's not just about mixing drinks. Actually, from my point of view, it's an art. There's a lot of thinking involved in that. It's a lot of study, a lot of research, a lot of things that you need to know while you're working behind the bar.
So we know that I'll talk once again of Tom Cruise. Did Tom Cruise influence you in any way?
It does in a way, because when you're talking about bartending, it's very different compared to chef, because we work with people, right? So it's a lot to do with showmanship, which can be sometimes like throwing some bottles, doing a little bit of flaring, but also the way you talk with your guests, your charm as a bartender behind the bar, the way you're working, the technique.
Is that never that sort of show that they make now? In any film you see that, in any movie you see that the bartender is on the show doing for mostly for the girls. I don't know why not for the men, but mostly for the girls.
Well, I mean, this show, is something. It's something that it look good, when you do in a proper way, and it can transmit like some kind of confidence to your guests when they're looking at you, the way you're working. If you're elegant, if you're confident on your move, but it shouldn't be too much. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's all about the drink and about the drink and the taste of the drink. So if you're doing a lot of shows, but then the final result is not that great, that's useless.
So for you, Joao, what makes a good barman from a normal barman?
Well, a good barman, first of all, is starting from the basic hospitality. You always need to focus. Your guest is your priority. You really need to make sure they feel welcome. A simple smile can make a big impact. When you arrive in a bar, you see a bartender smiling at you, really make you feel welcome. So it's not just about a single thing, but it's about the overall experience that we can give to our guests.
What are you saying to me about your guest? Your guest is your priority. What you have to make him feel at home, at least at home.
Right. Yeah, definitely. It's extremely important, because if you feel welcome in a place, for sure you'll be back. You don't want to go in a place when once you arrive there, see the bartender look at you like, why are you even here, right? Yeah. So it's really important that you can make your guests feel welcome, and then all the rest will come. Like skills. I mean, your bartending knowledge, your flaring, your charm as a bartender. But it all starts from the basic, and the basic is really make your guests feel welcome at your venue. That's the most important thing.
Maybe the last one, from the first guest, from your first customer to the last one, you have to smile, you have to be generous.
Exactly. Like at times it can be extremely busy at the bar, but you can look to your guests, just smile and just say 1 minute, with a smile. It's all the way you look at them and approach. Like of course they can see you're busy, but it's still eye contact is extremely important. So you acknowledge that you saw them, although you're busy. Instead of to put your head down, just focus on what you're doing, but it's really important to focus on your guests all the time.
Did you have a chance to chat with your customers? Sometimes they come, they have their situation, lost wife, mistress, or
Yeah, it's part of
crazy days,
exactly.
and they want to talk. The first guy, but they will go to the bar, and the first guy that you meet is the barman.
Exactly, I tell you, like when you work in a bar, like I'm lucky enough that I had the chance to work in bars all over the world. So it's a different way to see the world from behind the bar. So many things happen in a bar. For example, while I was living in Hong Kong, a regular guest, I introduced a regular guest to a lady, and after 1 year they get married.
You speed dating too, then?
Yeah, no, they get married after 1 year, and they come to my bar. They order a bottle of champagne to celebrate the moment. So, I mean, yes, as you can see, you can find different type of guests. You can see people in a different way. As you know, when you drink, your behavior is a bit different. You tend to be more natural. So you can see. You can see different style and different behavior from behind the bar.
When you have been able to marry two persons,
Right.
when they came to you, you said
Yeah.
they bought a bottle of champagne.
Right.
How were you feeling? You were happy? Yes.
I feel great, because part of our jobs as well is to engage with them. Like you come to the bar alone, and when I managed to connect that person with another guest, like if I felt like I managed to do my job, because most of the time when you come to the bar alone is because you're looking for company. Either it can be the bartender or any other guest, right? So it's our job as a bartender to try to understand and identify the need of our guests. If they're coming there, if they're actually looking for some company, at times it doesn't mean that they're looking for company. Maybe they just want to be on their own or so on. But it's our job to try to read in their mind.
Did you know your customers very well? Some faces maybe came every week, every day, every Friday for...
Yeah, I tell you, for myself, because I see so many things, so many people when you're working behind the bar. So, of course, most of the guests I don't remember the face, but I will smile, just in case.
Just in case, tell me,
Yeah.
you have been through the world, you told me many bars
Right.
around the world. Customers are the same demands, or
No.
maybe Europe is a bit something, America is another bit, or anywhere else?
It's actually interesting. It's completely different. Every country I go is a new adventure, different palate, different behavior, different approach, different way to drink. Like for example, recently I was in Hong Kong for almost 4 years, where the drinking culture has changed a lot. People are more into cocktails. When I just arrived there, they were drinking mainly beer, cognac, and so on and on. So now it's changed. If I compare to Mauritius, the palate is very sweet compared to Asia. I thought Asia they had a sweet teeth, but when I came to Mauritius, here is even more than.
Did you ever stop a customer?
Sorry?
You wanted the last drink. You say, oh, no, I can't give you because you're too much drunk. I see you, but you're not able to stand on your feet. Did you ever had this situation?
Yeah, I did, but of course, like you need to be careful when you have someone, that has a bit too much drink. The way you talk to them, because they can take it personally, especially when you're drunk. So you tend to be more aggressive. So yes, it's all about the way you approach to them. You try to calm them down, make them understand that we're not allowed to serve any more alcohol, and just give some water.
Is it a job or a difficult job?
It's not easy, actually. It's not easy at all. But yeah, it's part of the job.
You just told me that Mauritian drinks are a bit sweeter than from Asia. What is your point of view on the Mauritian barmen?
Well, I can see, there are a few hotels and a few bars. They're doing a good job, especially with events like World Class, where we do a lot of education, a lot of training to the bartenders. It's been helping a lot to create a culture. But again, we still have a long way to go. As you know, we have more than 100 hotels in Mauritius and so on. So, but again, I'll guess it's gonna take a few more years to.
When you say to me, Joao, a long way to go, is it your training session or the barmen have a long way to go to be at the international standards?
Well, the thing, I tell you, I see bartenders in less than 1 year, doing crazy things. It's all about the effort and the passion that they put into bartending. The long way, I referring to the numbers of hotels that you have in the island and bars as well.
That makes some sense.
So it's hard to manage to train that many people on my own.
Are you going to the clubs, nightclubs?
I do.
Yeah. Are we telling Mauritius nightclubs?
Yeah, I do. I try to go out at least once or twice a week. I come from the nightlife, so I love to be in contact with people, see what's going on in the island, check new bars and nightclubs and so on.
A few days ago, you have presented Art of Mixology. When I received the invitation, I thought it was a DJ because mixology is better with the DJs than a barman. How did you decide to have mixology?
Well, this event, the idea with this event is to start to educate people about the new trends worldwide, about cocktail culture, because if people know a little bit more about what they are drinking, they will appreciate. They will drink in a different way. They were. We managed to create to our guests an experience, and not just alcohol in a glass. No, it's not about that. We're talking about cocktails with fine spirit, fresh ingredients, and so on and on. So there are a lot of sophistication on those drinks, which is, in my opinion, is very important for guests to understand that.
Can we say you're a chemist?
Huh? Right.
Do you think that you're doing chemistry whenever you have talk about this history of cocktails started with punch?
Well, when you're talking about cocktails, about bartending nowadays, yes, it's a bit of everything. Molecular gastronomy, chemistry. We try actually to research to understand the DNA of cocktail, to understand how certain flavors work very well together, understand the spirits, understand to understand the way it's been distilled, what kind of flavor we get because the idea when you make a great cocktail is not to cover up the taste of the alcohol, but is to emphasize those aroma and flavors. So of course for that you need a good quality spirit as a base, and then you play around that. But yeah.
What is the difference between a punch, Russian punch, and a cocktail?
Well, punch. Originally, punch was a mixed drink with 5 ingredients like spirits of any kind, spices or tea, lemon, water, and sugar. Right. So that's the original recipe for punch. Cocktail nowadays can be any mixed drink with alcohol base and juices, syrup, herbs.
What makes a good cocktail for you?
What makes a good cocktail is starting from the base, the alcohol base. If you want to make a good cocktail, definitely you need quality spirits, and then of course the quality of the ingredients that you use, and really understand about balance between the sweet and sour, but also be a bit more creative, adding extra ingredient for extra complexity. In my opinion, you need to be adventurous when you make a cocktail. Just have fun with.
Are cocktails different according to countries? If you are in London, in Hong Kong and Mauritius, the cocktail won't be the same.
Yeah, definitely. For example, myself, if tomorrow I need to go, I don't know, in US to do a cocktail presentation, the type of drink that I will present there will be completely different. Of the drinks that I'll do in Mauritius. Again, because of the palate. In country like US now, the big trend is bitter taste. So they drink a lot of Italian Amaro and a lot of classic cocktail. Classic cocktails tend to be quite dry and strong as well. Mauritian people they tend to go more on the sweet side and fruity. Compared to the US market.
Have you tried the Mauritian alcoholic product with into a cocktail? Have you tried rum or something like that?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of I'm a big fan of rum, you know. So I mean, having a Brazilian background, which is, you know, we produce cachaça, which is very similar to rum. It's also made with sugar cane.
Maybe a difficult question. What is your favorite for you? Your favorite cocktail?
The favorite cocktail, well, it depends of the time of the day. If you be early in the afternoon, I mean early, say evening, I'll go for Americano, which is an Italian classic cocktail with Campari, sweet vermouth, and a splash of soda. If you be late at night, I'm probably gonna go for Boulevardier, which is with bourbon whiskey, with Boulette, Campari, and sweet vermouth. Yeah.
Is there a difference between a woman's cocktail and a men's cocktail? It's more alcohol, or it's more of everything?
Well, and usually, you know, like girls, they tend to like fruity and sweet cocktails, but again, it's not a rule, okay? Because you do have girls, I'll say usually it's lady, they like whiskey, you know. So really, it's very important really to talk with your guests and try to understand what they're looking for. Again, as well, you have some gentlemen that like sweet drinks, so it's really important to understand your guests, to read your guests.
Best customers, women's or men's?
Well, for me, women.
I thought it was men. Last part of our interview, Joao. If someone is looking to that video, wants to be a barman, what he must have first?
Well, again, you know, like if you wanna be a bartender, if you really wanna be a bartender, you need to come from inside. You need to be passionate, because if you're passionate about it, you know, you're gonna push yourself. You're gonna do your research. You're gonna go on the internet. You're gonna buy maybe some books and so on. Yeah, and again, you know, you need to keep in mind it's a hard job. It looks very fun, but it is fun, but it's not just fun. It's a lot of hard work involved as well.
When you say look for books, are there specialized books on doing cocktails?
Well,
or
nowadays, yes, there are a lot of books, right? A lot of books for bartenders. Well, if I need to suggest a few, let's say, Gary Regan books. I would say what was one of the first books that I bought, and I think is Joy of Mixology. It's a good one to start, because it covers up a little bit everything that is involved in mixology, a bit of history and the evolution of cocktails.
do they know? We'll have to know the products to taste it to.
Exactly, you know, like the way I see the difference between bartender and mixology nowadays. Like bartender is someone that work.
Only pours drinks.
Yeah, they work behind the bar making drinks with some speed as well. Mixology is someone that actually has a depth knowledge about beverage, about every single ingredient that you have in the bar. Not only necessarily the spirits, but also some sauce that you can use in a cocktail. Herbs, understand how can you pair this type of ingredients in a cocktail, and also be able to create some cocktail menu, know about costing and so on and on.
You talked some minutes ago about work class. What it is?
So we started with a work class 2 years ago. Actually, I just joined this year, but it's been around for about 2 years. Work class is the biggest competition worldwide. We have right now 55 countries involved. Actually, tomorrow we're gonna have the last round here in Mauritius to select the third bartender that's gonna compete this year in Réunion Island for the Indian Ocean final, which is gonna be in June. And I'll be there as well to help along with Yann Leclerc, which is the Indian Ocean brand ambassador.
So, you will be among the member of the jury, or you will be the coach?
Well, tomorrow I'll be organizing, and for the big final I will be there to support in the Mauritian team.
So you told me the third barman, or the only one?
From Mauritius, tomorrow it's gonna be announced the third one. So far we have 2 bartenders, Vicky from Luxembourg.
Yes.
And Pascal from Belmont Plage.
So the competition will be, we will have a representative from the Indian Ocean or a representative from Mauritius, from the final in Réunion Island.
So it's gonna be 3 Mauritian and three from Réunion Island. Yeah.
And the finalists will.
It's gonna be we're gonna have one winner that's gonna go to Miami for the global final, representing India Ocean.
How many competitors will there be in Miami? It's a hot place.
Yeah, so in Miami is gonna be the big final, but of course in the big final is involved a lot of rounds. We're gonna have a speed round, market challenge, and a few other, which is gonna be a surprise round.
Do you think Indian Ocean will be able to compete in Miami, where the tastes are not the same? Maybe they will be able to discover a run from the Indian Ocean.
Right. Well, competition is it is a matter of how hard you prepare yourself. So, of course, when you're talking about when talking about the global competition, especially like world class, which is very, I would say, very difficult because you have a lot of rounds. You have, you're gonna compete with the top guys in the industry, so definitely it's not easy. But we see. I'm pretty sure we do well.
Do you think the finalists of Réunion or from Mauritius will have something? Will come back? Have experience?
For sure.
You will share experience?
For sure, because the competition is not just about. It's not just about that. It's more than that. It's about. It's about to learn from each other. At the same time, as well, we're gonna have some masterclass during the events, and again, I think it's a great experience for all the competitors and a big chance for them to learn more and more from each other.
Will that make a difference in their career afterwards?
For sure, yes.
To be in the final of the world class, it's
definitely. Look at the winner from last year. It's been traveling around, get a lot of exposure, a lot of media, and so on. And actually, it's actually now has a very good position in a bar in Vendredi Island, and yeah, again, it's networking. It's been traveling as well, doing working as a judges, also doing events in another country in Africa. So.
Are they aware that for 1 year they are not working? Let's say we see someone from Mauritius, he won't be able to work in Mauritius. He's going from Miami to Hong Kong, Australia during 1 year. It's a heavy schedule that it's going to have.
Yeah, but again, I guess that's what they're looking for. For more, I would say, some more recognition in the industry. So.
Are they doing some sports coaching? Because maybe a competition it's heavy work during 3-4 days. Right. Are you coaching them physically?
Yeah, it's a lot of training, but it's more like I'll say. It's more about reading, study. They need to do their own research and try to come up with a new thing, right? Like when you're talking about cocktail, they need to impress the judges. The judges are top guys of the industry, so they know very well what's going on in the industry. So if you're just going online and copy and paste, it's not gonna work. So you really need to use your imagination and your own creativity.
Are you coaching the finalists afterwards?
Yeah, for sure. We'll be doing like very heavy training, especially for the winner, because that's gonna be our main focus, because he's gonna represent all of us. So,
Joao Balzani, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a nice final tomorrow.
Thank you.
You're welcome.